Hello darlings! Today, we explore the fascinating story of the Tower of Babel, where human ambition to reach the heavens led God to confuse languages, scattering humanity across the earth. This biblical account not only reveals the consequences of pride, but also celebrates the diversity that enriches our lives. Follow every detail of this video, as each chapter brings valuable lessons about humility, cooperation, and respect for the divine will. Leave your like, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any inspiring stories. Your support is crucial for us to continue sharing these uplifting messages. Let's learn together from the past and build a more harmonious future. The Tower of Babel, humanity's attempt to reach the heavens. The ambition of men. After the flood that destroyed much of humanity, Noah's descendants began to spread and repopulate the earth. These were times of new beginnings and great ambitions. In the midst of this era of reconstruction, a group of people decided to settle on a vast plain in the land of Shinar. There, they began to formulate a grandiose plan to build a city with a tower so tall that it reached the heavens. They believed that by doing so they could achieve greatness and avoid being scattered across the earth. The city began to take shape. Men and women worked tirelessly, carrying bricks and bitumen. The tower, planned to be the center of his city, would be a monument to his own skill and determination. Their leaders' words echoed among them, "Let us build a city and a tower whose tops reach to heaven, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered over the face of the whole earth." Genesis 11 verse 4. The construction of the tower. The tower's design was imposing. Architects and engineers, using the wisdom acquired over generations, designed a spiral structure that rose higher and higher. The foundations were laid deep into the ground, symbolizing the firmness of his will. Sunburnt bricks and bitumen served as the material for this monumental work. Day after day, the tower grew, and with it, the pride of the men who built it. The city around the tower was also expanding. Houses, markets, and temples were built, creating a vibrant urban core. The tower, visible from anywhere in the city, was a constant reminder of human unity and power. The residents of Shinar felt invincible, believing that their work would make them eternal. They would no longer need to fear being scattered, as the tower would be a symbol of their permanence and greatness. The sage's warning. While many worked on the tower, some wise men in the city began to question the undertaking. They remembered the ancient stories, passed down from generation to generation, about God's greatness and sovereignty. These wise men feared that the construction of the tower would be a direct affront to the Creator, an act of pride that could attract divine wrath. They warned leaders and workers, but their words fell on deaf ears. The leaders, blinded by a desire for glory, dismissed the warnings as outmoded superstitions. "We need not fear," they said, "for we are united and strong. Our tower will touch the heavens, and nothing will be able to stop us." Pride took deeper root, and the warnings of the sages were forgotten. Construction continued at full steam, with workers redoubling their efforts. Progress and problems. The tower continued to rise, breaking the clouds. However, problems began to arise. Working at such high heights was dangerous, and accidents began to occur. Some workers fell from great heights, while others succumbed to fatigue and the intense heat. Despite the difficulties, the determination of the men of Shinar did not diminish. They were determined to finish the work, whatever the cost. In addition to accidents, disputes arose between workers. The pressure of incessant work and the desire for individual recognition created tensions. Although construction continued, the community's initial harmony began to erode. Small groups formed, each wanting their own piece of glory in the great work. The dream of unity and greatness began to show its weaknesses. Divine intervention. From the heights of the heavens, God observed the actions of men. He saw the rising tower and understood the intention behind it. Although he admired human skill and effort, God knew that men's pride and inordinate ambition could lead them to ruin. In his wisdom, he decided to intervene to protect humanity from its own actions. "Let us go down and confuse their language," said God, "so that they no longer understand one another." Genesis 11 verse 7. And so, suddenly, the workers at the Tower of Babel began to speak in different languages. Communication became impossible, and confusion spread throughout the construction site. Orders and instructions were misinterpreted, and work on the tower stopped completely. Confusion and dispersion. The confusion caused by the diversity of languages turned into chaos. Unable to understand each other, the workers began to argue and fight. Construction stopped completely, and the dream of building a tower that reached the heavens collapsed. The unity that once held them together was destroyed by the diversity of languages, and the fear of being scattered across the earth became reality. Groups of people who spoke the same language came together and decided to leave, looking for new lands where they could live in peace. Little by little, the great city of Shinar was abandoned, and the unfinished tower stood as a monument to human ambition and pride. People spread across the earth, taking with them different cultures and languages, and the legacy of the Tower of Babel was engraved in the history of humanity. Lessons learned. As time passed, the story of the Tower of Babel became a valuable lesson for subsequent generations. People began to realize that unity and cooperation are essential, but they must be based on humility and respect for God. Pride and excessive ambition, without regard for the divine will, can lead to ruin. Different languages and cultures have become a wealth for humanity, allowing for a diversity of thoughts and traditions. However, the story of Babel reminded everyone of the importance of recognizing human limits and the need to live in harmony with divine designs. The sages passed on these lessons, emphasizing the importance of seeking God's glory above one's own glory. The Tower in collective memory. The Tower of Babel has remained in humanity's collective memory, not only as a warning, but also as a symbol of human potential and failings. Historians and poets told the story, highlighting the lessons of humility and respect for divine will. The unfinished structure became a symbol of reflection on human choices and actions. In different cultures, the story of Babel was reinterpreted and adapted, but the central message remained: the importance of recognizing human limitations and the need to live in accordance with spiritual and ethical values. The Tower of Babel, although never completed, stood as a perpetual reminder of the lessons of the past and the wisdom needed for the future. The legacy of diversity. The diversity of languages and cultures resulting from the dispersion of peoples has become a source of wealth and growth for humanity. Each group that spread took with it unique knowledge and traditions, contributing to the formation of complex and multifaceted societies. The ability to adapt and innovate in different environments has strengthened humanity as a whole. Languages, although initially a barrier, have also become bridges for cultural exchange and mutual learning. Over time, people developed ways to communicate and collaborate, overcoming the divisions created at Babel. Diversity, once seen as a curse, was recognized as a blessing that enriched the human experience. The New Hope. The story of the Tower of Babel left an indelible mark on humanity. She taught the importance of seeking God's glory and valuing cooperation and humility. In modern times, the memory of Babel inspires the search for unity and understanding among the world's diverse cultures and languages. Spiritual and community leaders continue to teach the lessons of Babel, encouraging mutual respect and cooperation. Humanity, aware of its past failures, works to build a future where diversity is celebrated and unity is achieved through love and respect for God and others. The Tower of Babel, although unfinished, stands as an eternal monument to the human capacity to dream and the lessons we must learn along our journey. She reminds us that in seeking greatness, we must always remember our humility and the need to live in harmony with the divine will. Thanks for watching the video. Share this content with friends and family so that more people can learn and reflect on the valuable lessons from the Tower of Babel. Its disclosure helps spread knowledge and inspiration. And don't forget to check out the next video that will appear on your screen to continue your learning journey. To the next.